You find that?
Okay, I don't know the Okay, Pennsylvania actually doesn't have it. She speculates.
Speculates, but we need to know why. He said here, he give us two evidence. Number one, the contrast way between this clause and second clause. And he give us inference like this, that, these, those. This means the idea before expresses conjecture, and the conjecture means to guess something. You don't have strong evidence for it. So it's called the speculate, just like to hypothesize the idea, you don't know it. So speculate means just like to guess, to conjecture, Establish is the opposite. So be careful about the contrast, opposite. We don't have any ideas about doubts here, just like guessing. And of course, it does not mean the demands, because demands means requires. But you didn't mention that you require that, because this is action, it's speculation by using the future tense. Look, it's a possibility. It's not about requirement. So that means we need the evidence. Great. Number two.
Okay, I think it would be resistant.
Persistent, yes, we have evidence. What's that? He said continuously working to promote.
Yes.
And he give us inference this to tell you something before. So your answer is before. And of course, we don't have any evidence about impartial. Do you know what means impartial? Party here, if you have a partial idea, it means it's your personal idea. It's from one part. It's not objective. It's not factual. Impartial, it means just like it's not biased, not prejudiced, not personal. It's fact. But we are not talking about this point at all. Mandatory. It is compulsory. Something compelling. You must do it by rules, by evidence. By law. He said here legislator. Okay, but he didn't mention that he was mandated by these efforts. There is no any organization force him to work that, right? Because mandatory, it's a trap for the word legislator. Like he is a man of law, he must do it. No, that's right. Come
I think I don't think it simplifies. I don't think it's D.
The answer, it must
Maybe
be.
fabricates. I'm not really sure of the meaning of the like A, B, and C, but I don't think it's D.
Let's follow the rules. As I told you, if we test you for verb, find subject, find object. Here, collaboration did what to this model. This model It is something mentioned before. He said inference, look, reference to. And we have calling explanation after it to something mentioned before. So collaboration, as you know, is from the word labor. They work together. As I said, they are equal and they worked alongside. They continued. Circumvent, it means avoid. Avoid means just like you want to escape from it, but how? They said already they are equal partners and they work already. So that means we need work to prove, not to give opposite ideas like circumvent. You know, you circle around something, you want to avoid it. Fabricate, it's a general word in Arabic, just like fabrication something. To fabric something is to give me uncertain ideas about it, is to make it falsified, to give me untruth. But he said here work aside, and he said this model. So it's a positive. So it's not opposite. So C is wrong. Eclipse, as you know, eclipse from the science language, if you eclipse something, you cloud it, you try to hide it, or you try to keep it secret. But it's not secret, they work together. You know? That just means here we don't have any evidence. Exemplify, it means you put it into practice. You give it example, and example means real evidence for something already theorized. So they theorize something, they work together, and we have evidence to work. So exemplify. Exemplify, to give example for something to prove that it happened, right? So use the structure and use the tone to help you, positive
Yes.
or negative.
Aye. So,
Here it is the same trick again. Let's try. Let me help you. He said here, they determined the tiny daughter achieved this what? The action before. So your answer is here. Are we talking about he achieves the prediction? Are we talking about prediction? No. Hibernation? How? Modernization? No. But what means sin? Sin? Two sins happen together. Cron at the same time. So already here by flowering at the same time as the host. So both of them flower at the same time. That means the two actions happen at the same time. So the answer is letter A. So always find evidence. This here. Are we talking about moderation? No. And you know the word moderate, just like to make it less extreme or to make it less intense, for example. But it does not make that like we make something less severe or less intense. Always the evidence in the text. Number 5, the same try. Given that,
I think it will be inconclusive.
that is inconclusive. It means they did not conclude explanations. They didn't find it. But the existence lacked what? And because of that, they shed light on So they lacked direct, clear explanation because the condition make it impossible to understand. So given that means because when we give you fact, cause and effect, so condition makes the plateau formation impossible. That's why it's not surprising that the existence of planets lacked a direct explanation. We don't understand how the formation is made because condition make it difficult for us to get or to collect information. This means we don't have direct explanation. Inconclusive, it means they didn't find explanation. He didn't mention that we don't find the explanation after experiment. No. Unbiased, of course, it does not make sense. The problem was discernible. Discern, it's a common word, very important, means to perceive, to understand something clearly. But we are not talking about that the systems lacks understanding or system does not understand explanation. No. So there is no direct, clear explanation. So letter B. That's why. Let's try again.
Uh-huh.
The same way. You have subject, verb,
Okay.
let me have a this rejection. If this is idea here means rejection. Which word means rejection? Or follow the rules. Follow the rules. Let me tell you, Latin roots is very important. Look, pro is you are going to claim something in future. Like when
Uh-huh.
it's claimed,
Not rejection.
it does not make sense. For means before, so you tell something before it happens, you expect it. So the director expected tendency. He said here this rejection. So what did he do? He rejected. And this rejection is proved in his series. So
Uh-huh.
what did he do about tendency? So he refused it. Recant, it means to withdraw your idea again. It means you said that something was wrong, and now you recant your opinion. You get it back. But it does not make sense here. So wrong. Repudiates means reject. So we test you for common vocab. Do you know it? Repudiate means to reject an idea, to refuse to have something or to do something, or you reject an idea in society, as he mentioned here. That's why. Correct? Good job.
Yes.
Now let's go. Here is the main purpose. Let's read.
I think it will be, wait,
Let's follow the rules. Is all the text about how digital scanners work? No.
no,
Does the writer calls its attention to project or book digitized?
no,
No. To indicate how is it popular?
popular, no, not popular, no.
But here it discuss, give you details how the invention came to existence. So this means literary.
Yeah,
So because there was distortion, so because of this trouble, he tried to invent, and then he tells you about that version of it. That's what.
yes.
Here's the question.
I think it would be D.
So letter D is the best answer, right?
What?
It's the best answer indeed. It makes an assertion, assertion just like prove the idea from the verb assert. Internal conflict between the character and himself. Physical setting, time, and the place of action. You remember. Now,
So can you scroll up a bit?
using Masher.
What?
Are you using Masher?
Yes.
Yeah, always guide me. Always check the answers. Like summarize the results team. And the result is down. So it is wrong. To present a specific example that illustrates the status findings, fund is up, is down, not up. Wrong. Explain a part of methodology. Yes, methodology means how did they collect information? By using data from the past. You feel it, that means you could see. To call out a challenge, the underline does not that there was obstacle or a channel or hindrance or any trouble.
Mister, it did not say a method, it just said numbers.
That is,
Not really a method, is it?
yes, that is the way of methods. And when we do an experiment, we must have hypothesized idea, and then we need the way to prove it. The way it means what did they do? Collecting using historical context, or use quotations from books, or using lab or experiments, or observation in fields personally, or how did they find it? This means the methodology. You know? So use data from the past, they compare it. So what is the way? using data from the past, comparison them, and based on that, they found. It's called the methodology, right? Sometimes we use process, sometimes
Yes.
method, technique, way. That's why. Number 10.
Okay, so not A, not B, it's either C or D, I think.
Letter C or D. She creates stars. Do we have ideas? Yes.
yes,
Made up funny for their birthdays, for other great occasions. So she creates a story poem for the children. But here, reading to her children is her favorite activity.
it does not mention that it's favorite. Oh,
It's
no.
not mentioned. We don't have any phrase because the question is about true. We need evidence, direct, clear, written in the text, not about inference or guessing. Right? Here's the same, the main verbs.
Mr. The second last sentence and in the little brook, what's that word?
Little group just like something like small river, but always proof the sentences. Does he praise? What is the language of praise? Look, he's talked to this person, a black author. A stroke of mighty pen, you have a strong, powerful pen. You have told of it joy and mirth. You read the heart and soul of man. Look, this is praise. How can you read heart and soul of one? Cannot be. Look, the language of flowers. You understand of it. You read the language of flowers. And you understand the brook. That means he praised someone, certain writer, for being especially perceptive. It means perceptive understanding. As he said, you read people and nature. Of course, he mentioned people, souls of men, and the brook. So it seems to be a, but wait. To establish that, a certain writer has read extensively about variety of topics, not variety of topics, let's say mentioned.
No,
And here, to call attention to a certain writer is careful and elaborately, intentionally. Detailed writing process? No, it's a poem about the writing process, the methods of writing and how does he write? No. To recount, to tell information about fond memories of an afternoon spent in nature, This is one, it could be a trap. It's fond memories. But where is the information to see that they met? Do you have any information about the meeting? No. But
No.
look into here. So that means he's addressing, not meeting. That means here, no evidence for the meeting. That means here, no day. So letter A is strong. That's why. Because we're asking about the main theme of the or the main message, or what are the ideas mentioned there. Good job. Here, as I told you that we give you claim, you must find evidence. You must find the claim exactly before you go to read. Here, for
Uh,
example, here,
okay.
suggest that. So your claim must be here. Readers whom he addresses directly. These readers have not fully understood themselves. I think. So we need something to prove that only.
Well, it, it's, I'm not really sure.
Let's follow the rules. What is the claim? This one. Readers have not fully understood themselves. Look, you're talking to them. You have not known what you are. You don't know yourself. Look, on evidence. You have slumbered upon yourself. You don't understand yourself exactly who you are, what you are, all your life. Your eyelids, people, have been the same as closed most of the time. If your eyes closed, you don't understand yourself. And look, he addresses directly you. Strong evidence. Look, these immense meadows.
Yeah, then the rest are like I, and then these. So it should be.
Look, he addresses the meadows, gardens, and rivers. Talking about people or what? He did it wrong. I should have talking about himself. We're not talking about he understands them or not. But readers don't understand themselves. Wrong. And here there is no any understanding. He said none has understand ye. Talking about the other people not understand the readers. Need themselves. Do you see evidence for each phrase or word? And look fully understood. Look all your life. Slumbered, strong word. Your eyelids all the time. The same most of the time. Look fully. So strong phrases and words. That's why called the language of evidence. That's why. Look, support the claim. Need to find the claim.
Yeah.
Try to understand the language of writing. As I told you, after dash, we need explanation. So, jumped
Yes.
photographs have considerable ethnographic value. What means? Explain. Was able to capture diverse elements of Peruvian society, and he represents his subject with both dignity and authenticity. You know, dign means honor, respect. You know, oath, truth, something proved, authenticity, it's truth. So we need evidence to explain that he did that exactly. So we need answer to explain this sentence. You know it? Let's read together to prove it. Let's prove why A correct. Champi took many commissioned portraits of wealthy Peruvians. Talk about the people. But he also produced hundreds of images carefully document what? People, the sites, the customs of indigenous. All this information about the ethnographic, because ethno means society, people, and the graph means information. So information about society, what could be? People, site, customs, habits, everything about the community. Wealthy people, what kind of people like that. So A could be strong, but wait. The photographs demonstrate a high level of technical skill. Did he mention that? Talking about the skills of the photography? Wrong. So don't complete the answer. Look, during his life, was known and celebrate both within and outside his native? Yes. But this answer, it's not about the claim. We need the claim. Claims here. We're not talking about him or his background, educational life. No. So the answer is wrong. Even though this information is text, but not related to the scope of the question. Letter D. Some of the peoples and places Champ photographed had been long popular subject. Did he mention that? Did he mention other Peruvian photographers? Said Peruvian societies.
Yeah.
So it means weak answer. So it's wrong. So as we asking you about what do you understand from this term in sociology, because you study social science in school, I mean. So scope of reading. That's why we need to read a lot. That's why, but don't worry, the writer will help you by explanation like that after seven dash. Let's try again. Of course, the infographics. Let's read. To complete the example. As I told you, focus on the last sentence. What do you need exactly? Let's go to read. Remember, we have so that. So that means cause and effect. Because films and associated records have been lost. That's why counts of those four figures output production should be taken as bare minimum, not total. Now the question. It's entirely possible, for example. So we need example to prove this idea that this outcome it's a minimum. What means the minimum? This is the minimum. Means we expect more than that. So don't give me exact number because he said it's a bare minimum. Let's read. He said dark clouds acted in significantly fewer film. Fewer how? It's a bare minimum. Must be at least. Imagine. So Israel.
Yes.
For Edwin, 47 credited acting roles. Where is Edwin? Yes, but we are not talking about exact numbers. And the look includes only films made after. Is it only films? Or he's
Yes.
so it's wrong. He acted in far more than it means more than expected as bare minimum. Let's check the number. Yes.
66.
And already he said acted. So he's actor. And Edwin directed more. Yes. It's the language of infographics. And of course, here he said there actually means really, exactly, and only. No, not the language of example. How to complete focus on the transition words, for example, consequential, however, furthermore, to prove it. As I always highlight, in fact, cause and effect relation, so that this we can help you. That's all.
تمام.
Yeah. Support the claim. Let's find the claim. Always stick to the claim. Any answer not related to the claim, delete it.
What, mister?
Any answer not related to the claim, delete it. Plants of this species that grow in close proximity to other plants gain an advantage. That means increased, not disadvantage. Look for letter D for each species. These, the percentage of juniper plants grown in patches of were substantially higher than what would be expected. Means advantage. Advantage an early developmental stage means like higher than the number because it grows before early
Uh-huh.
increase